Welcome to this channel. Today we are going to explore Aravalli District, Gujarat State, the ancient Ridge District, Part 1. Before we go into the video, please subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Now we go into the video. The Aravalli District, aptly known as the ancient Ridge District, is one of the youngest administrative additions to the western state of Gujarat, India. Carved out of the pre-existing Sabarkantha district on India's Independence Day, August 15th, 2013, the region holds deep geographical and cultural significance. It draws its name directly from the ancient Aravalli Hills, one of the oldest geological told mountain systems on Earth, whose southwestern ridges run right through the terrain, known for its lush foresty, rugged topography, and strong tribal heritage. The district serves as a striking contrast to Gujarat's highly urbanized industrial belts, functioning instead as a repository of historical ruins, natural biodiversity, and deep-seated religious traditions. Geographically, Aravalli district is nestled in the northeastern part of Gujarat, acting as a crucial frontier bordering the state of Rajasthan to its north and east. The district coordinates frame it beautifully along the hilly terrains of the Arasur branches of the Aravalli range. It shares its internal borders with Sabarkantha district to the northwest, Gandhinagar and Kheda district to the west, and Mahisagar district to the south. Modasa, a bustling historic town, serves as the district administrative headquarters. The region's geography is characterized by rolling hills, natural river valleys, and dense forests that seamlessly connect the plains of central Gujarat with the rugged highlands of southern Rajasthan. The land comprising the Aravalli district boasts an ancient lineage that intertwines methodological folklore with medieval history. Archaeological remnants, particularly around the sacred town of Samlaji, suggest that the region was a flourishing center of art and trade as early as the 4th century CE during the Chatrapa and Gupta periods, acting as a vital highway connecting the ports of Gujarat to central India and Rajasthan. In medieval times, parts of the district fell under the rule of small princely states such as the Ambilara state, which was a princely state under the Mahiganda agency during the British Raj. The district historical timeline is punctuated by long periods of tribal self-governance by the indigenous Phil communities who have inhabited these protective hill ridges for millennia. Aravalli features a tropical monsoon climate characterized by 3 distinct seasons: a scorching summer, a refreshing monsoon, and a mild pleasant winter. The summer season, spanning from March to June, can be intensely hot with temperatures routinely pushing past 40 degrees C. Through the hilly tracts offer minor relief compared to the flat plains of North Gujarat. The monsoon arrives in late June and lasts until September, breathing life into the district's extensive forest reserves and filling up its vital river basins with an average annual rainfall ranging between 700 mm to 900 mm. Winters from November to February are dry and delightful, with night temperatures dropping to a comfortable 10 degrees C to 15 degrees C, making it the ideal season for cultural festivals and tourism. While Aravalli does not possess While Aravalli does not possess its own commercial airport, its transport network relies heavily on well maintained roads and accessible neighboring transit hubs. The nearest aviation gateway is the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport in Ahmedabad, located roughly 100 to 120 kilometers away, which connects the district globally. Rail connectivity is primarily handled through the Modasa railway station, which connects via broad gauge lines to Nadiad and larger Western Railway network through nearby Himatnagar station also serves as a major rail hub. On the roadways front, the district is highly accessible. National Highway 8, now NH48, passing close to the border, and several critical state highways connect Modasa, Filoda, and Bayat smoothly to Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, Udaipur, and Himmatnagar. According to historical data gathered during its transition and census records, the Aravalli district is home to an estimated population of over 103 million people. The demographic profile is unique due to its dense rural layout, with over 87% of the population residing in villages and small agricultural settlements, leaving a small concentrated urban population in towns like Modasa and Bayat. The gender ratio stands healthy at around 953 females per 1000 males. A vital aspect of Aravalli's demographics is its substantial representation of marginalized communities where settled tribes, primarily the Phil and Garasia Adivasis, make up roughly 20.5% of the population, mostly concentrated in the northern talukas of Filoda and Megaraj. The social tapestry of Aravalli is distinctively diverse, showcasing a peaceful coexistence between indigenous tribal communities, agrarian classes, and urban trading families. Hinduism is the dominant religion practiced by approximately 93.8% of the population, followed by a notable Muslim minority comprising roughly 5.6% of the population, alongside small pockets of Jains and Christians. The indigenous tribal groups or Vanvasis possess a vibrant lifestyle intricately tied to the forests and hills, practicing unique customs that heavily influence local festivals. The non-tribal population consists largely of Padidars, Takos, and traditional merchant communities who drive the local agricultural and commercial markets. As part of the state of Gujarat, Gujarati serves as the official language of administration, education, and mainstream media within the Aravalli district. However, the everyday spoken tongue exhibits wonderful localized variations, with a significant portion of the population speaking the Sabargandi or North Gujarat dialect, which features a distinct phonetic intonation. Among the hill tracts and tribal belts of Filoda and Makraj, indigenous communities like Philly and Wagdi, a linguistic bridge between Gujarati and Rajasthani dialects. Hindi is widely understood and is spoken by the shopkeepers, transport workers, and officials due to the district's immediate proximity to the Rajasthan state border. The cultural landscape of Aravalli is highly celebrated for its spectacular tribal folk arts, traditional dances, and massive religious congregations. The crown jewel of the district's cultural calendar is the famous Samloji Melo Fair, held annually during Kartiki Purnima around November, drawing hundreds of thousands of tribal and non-tribal devotees who sing folk songs accompanied by traditional instruments like the Ravanakatha and Manjira. Folklore runs deep here. And the district takes pride in being the cradle of history literacy, literary figures. For instance, the legendary Gujarati poet and intellectual Vidya Purush Umasankar Joshi was born in the Bamna village of Filoda Taluka. Traditional tribal arts, wall paintings and wood carvings and Korba dance variations define the artistic identity of the Ridge district. Aravalli stands out proudly as the most literate tribal dominated district in Gujarat, prioritizing a well structured educational network across its rural and urban zones. The primary and secondary school system is backed strongly by government initiatives and tribal residential schools known as ashram salas, which ensure free education and boarding for indigenous children. For higher learning, the district headquarters of Madosa has evolved into an educational oasis, housing prestigious institutions such as the Government Engineering College, GEC Modasa, the Sir P.T. Science College, and various law, commerce, and arts colleges affiliated with Hemchandracharya North Gujarat University. Additionally, a Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya operates in Dhansura, offering top tier residential education to gifted rural students. The cost of living in the Aravalli district is remarkably low and affordable, falling well below the average found in Gujarati major metropolitan areas like Ahmedabad or Surat. The primary driver for this affordability is the district's inherently agrarian economy, which ensures a steady, direct supply of fresh food grains, seasonal vegetables, and dairy products at low market rates without heavy middleman markups. Housing and real estate costs are highly modest, with rental values and land prices in towns like Modasa and Bayad remaining reasonably priced due to the absence of dense corporate of IT sectors. Basic services, local transportation, labor costs remain highly economical, making it a very cost-effective region for retirees, government staff, and agricultural families. The per capita income of Aravalli leans toward the lower to middle tier when contrasted with the industrialized golden corridor of southern and central Gujarat. Since the economic engine runs mostly on small-scale agriculture, animal husbandry, and manual mining labor, wealth distribution is modest, with a significant portion of the rural population relying on seasonal crop buyers and dairy cooperative weekly wages. On the taxation front, agricultural income remains exempt from direct income taxation under Indian law, meaning a large segment of the population pays indirect taxes via goods and services tax (GST) on retail commodities. Municipal taxes and property duties collected in urban centers like Madosa and Bayad fund local civic upgrades and sanitation systems. Administratively, the district is led by a district collector and IAS officer who manages revenue and civic order, while the superintendent of police SP oversees law and enforcement. Politically, the Aravalli district does not form an independent parliamentary seat. Instead, the entire district falls cleanly under the jurisdiction of the Sabarganta Lok Sabha constituency, represented in parliament by the Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP). On the state level, the district is divided into three distinct Gujarat Legislative Assembly Vidhan Sabha constituencies: Filoda ST, which is reserved for scheduled tribes, Madosa, and Bayad. Local governance is executed through the Jilla Panchayat, Taluka Panchayats, and urban municipalities for Madosa and Bayad towns. Because of its unique demographic makeup, Aravalli is a focal point for targeted state and central welfare schemes aimed at tribal upliftment and rural development. The state's Van Bandhu Kalyan Yojana is highly active here, funneling dedicated budgets into improving infrastructure, clean drinking water, and high-tech agricultural equipment for tribal families. The Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act (MGNREGA) provides a vital financial safety net for landless laborers during the lean agricultural summer months. Additionally, the state government aggressively pushes clean energy initiatives, having established a flagship 5 MW private sector solar power project at Karoda and Batkoda near Madosa to electrify hundreds of surrounding rural households. Aravalli is systematically organized into sub-districts to streamline revenue management and grassroots public delivery systems. The district is partitioned into 6 administrative talukas tehsils: Madosa, Filoda, Bayat, Dansura, Malpur, and Mekaraj. It features 2 specialized municipal pockets for its largest towns, Madosa and Bayat, while the rest of the territory is rural, encompassing 676 villages governed by over 300 gram panchayats. For revenue and judicial administration, these talukas are clustered under subdivisional administrative offices headed by prant officers, deputy collectors, who report directly to the Central Jilla Seva Sadhan district collectorate at Madosa. Despite its hilly and rock-strewn terrain, Aravalli is blessed with a network of seasonal rivers that serve as life support system for local farming communities. These most prominent rivers cutting through the district include the Vatrak, Meswa, Mazu, Sedi, Indrashi, and Sakri. The Meswa River holds profound spiritual and practical importance, following alongside the ancient Samlaji temple complex, where a major dam and reservoir harvests its water. The Majum River features 2 substantial dams near Modasa that regulate drinking water supplies and irrigate thousands of hectares of cash crops, transforming what could be an arid ridge into a fertile agricultural pocket. The natural resource inventory of Aravalli is defined by its deep geological structures and extensive forest cover. The district boasts rich quartzite, and high-grade granite deposits forged over millions of years within the Aravalli folds. Forests cover a notable percentage of the district hilly, particularly in the Filoda, Malpur, and Mekraj stretches, yielding valuable non-timber forest products like mahua flowers, timru leaves used for beedi manufacturing, honey, and medicinal herbs. Soil resources are predominantly sandy, loam, and rocky red soils, which, when managed with proper irrigation, prove highly responsive to modern agricultural inputs. Tourism in Aravalli centers around breathtaking natural highways and deeply historic religious monuments. The absolute centerpiece is Samlaji Tithadam, an exquisite 11th century temple dedicated to Vishnu, Kaliya Tekkur, carved beautifully from white sandstone and dark schist, situated right on the scenic banks of the Meswa River. For nature lovers, the striking Zanjari waterfalls, located on the Vetrak River near Bayat Taluka, is a popular weekend getaway known for its cascading waters down rocky steps and picturesque downstream channels. Other notable sites include the lush green reserve of Syamal Van, the serene expanses of the Mazum and Mesua dams, and the historic Kakarai temple in Tadalia. The urbanization of Aravalli is modest, concentrated around a few strategically located market towns that handle the trade for the surrounding rural villages. Modasa is the largest commercial city, an educational hub, and the official district capital, acting as the primary hub for retail and transport, Boyad in the second largest town, enjoying independent municipal status and acting as a vital trading post for Western Aravalli. Other critical semi-urban towns and taluka centers include Filoda, the cultural heart of the tribal community, Dansura, famous for its quarry industries, Makraj and Malpur, alongside prominent historic villages like Sadamba and Akkurant. Employment return Employment within the Aravalli district is fundamentally rooted in the primary sectors with a heavy dependence on traditional farming and livestock management. Over 70% of the workforce is engaged in cultivating key regional crops like maize, wheat, chickpea, cotton, mustard, and millet are working within the network of the Sabar Dairy Cooperative Union. For non-agrarian job seekers, the local mining, stone crushing, and quarrying operations provide thousands of manual and technical jobs. The retail trade sector, local transportation networks, schools, and government administrative departments in Modasa provides steady white-collar and service-oriented employment opportunities for educated youths. The geological inheritance of the Aravalli Hills make the district a hive for minor mineral extraction and processing. It holds extensive deposits of quartzite, grit, and industrial building stone metal, which are intensively mined across several blocks. The Dansura Taluka, specifically around villages like Vadagam, Jaswantpura, Simili, Rajpur, and Akrund, has developed a massive reputation as a core center for the stone quarry industry. Similarly, the Sadamba, Bordi, and Watrak zones in Bayat Taluka run extensive crushing operations that process raw stone into high demand gear used for the road building and concrete mixing across Gujarat. From a heavy manufacturing standpoint, Aravalli is officially classified as an industrially backward district, lacking massive heavy metal factories, chemical plants, or automobile manufacturing finds. Instead, the industrial blueprint is dominated by thriving micro, small, and medium enterprises (MSMEs) concentrated in the industrial areas (GIDC) estates of Modasa, Filoda, and Dansura. The most successful industrial units are agro-based, featuring cotton ginning factories, oil mills, and pulse processing plants that capitalize on local harvests. The fast emerging sector here is clean energy, highlighted by private and state partnership solar parks that feed clean electricity into the state grid while opening up modern technical employment paths. Now, questions and answers. When did Aravalli become an official district of Gujarat, and from which district was it separated? Aravalli became an official district on India's Independence Day, August 15, in the year 2013. It was carved out by dividing the pre-existing Sabarganda district. What is the administrative capital of the Aravalli district? The administrative capital and headquarters of the Aravalli district is the historic town of Modasa. Which famous 11th century pilgrimage site is located in the district? On which river bank does it sit? The famous pilgrimage destination is the Samlaji temple, Tiruthatam, and it sits beautifully on the banks of the Meswa river. Under which Lok Sabha constituency does the entire Aravalli district fall? The entire Aravalli district falls under the Sobarganta Lok Sabha parliamentary constituency. Name the 6 talukas that comprise the Aravalli district. The 6 administrative talukas are Modasa, Filoda, Bayat, Dansura, Melpur, and Mekraj. What are the main mineral resources mined in the quarry industries of Dansura and Bayat? The main mineral resources mined are quartzite, industrial grit, building stone, and road materials. The popular natural waterfall destination is the Jonjari waterfalls located in the Bayat Taluka. Who is the famous legendary Gujarati poet in the Bamna village of Filoda Taluka? The legendary Gujarati poet and Janan Pit Award winner born there is Vidya Purus Umasankar Joshi. Why is the district referred to as the ancient ridge district? It is named after the Aravalli hill range that crosses through it, which is geologically one of the oldest fold mountain systems in the world. What are the primary agricultural cash crops grown by the farmers of Aravalli? The primary crops cultivated in the region are cotton, maize, wheat, chickpea, mustard, and millet. Thank you for seeing this video. Please subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Thank you.